Two, one. There we go.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode from Masterwork Adventures. We are continuing our Nameless City campaign right now. It's been what 2 weeks since our last showing.
Yeah.
We missed the last one. Sorry about that. But we are picking up this time with the crew that had just recovered from a train wreck after they had separated themselves from one of the trains into the city. They had prior to that triggered the train's auto defenses. Its quarantine uh, protocols. So after separating off, they ended up getting shot down, and the group is now awakening in out in the wastelands. Um, and that's where we're bringing them. You guys know the crew. Uh, Played with them for the past several years. We've got Jason playing Predaton Malcor. We have Ethan playing Craftsman 1337. Tass back again with her character Kelsey, and we have Elijah playing a new character, which was Acrix, his paladin. By the way, that Grim Hunt paladin is pretty freaking cool. I've used that in another game. I really dig that class. Paladin subclasses are kind of weird. I haven't really enjoyed a lot of them. I've gone through and you look at most of them. They don't really lend you too much. But honestly, the Vengeance one's the only one's worth a damn. Anyways, so you guys are popping up the wreckage, the out in the wastelands. I mean, with the wreck was really intense. I mean, it spun the train right off the tracks, and just they toppled and they rolled for. Couldn't even imagine how long at the speed that they were going. It was intense. It actually probably would have killed most people. Actually, anybody that didn't happen to make it off the train when you guys did, they're pretty much dead. Um, but all of you are kind of popping out of the harsh sand and gravel that surrounds the area. Let's see who we want to start with this. Everybody, give me a Constitution saving throw. Let's see who's the first to wake up.
Saving throw? Okay, sorry, that'll be higher than what I rolled.
So that's a 10 for me.
I rolled a 15.
15. Okay, all right. So actually, wait. Craftsman, it shows you here as a 10.
Yeah, but I rolled just my. You said saving throw, right?
Yeah, saving throw.
Proficient saving throws for Constitution. That was just my Constitution modifier.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you just rolled the Constitution. It says right there. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You're the first to kind of wake up. You're you kind of pop up and you're buried amongst some rubble. You know your hand juts forward, like kind of trying to pull you out, and you realize like you're stuck. You're buried. You didn't quite know exactly what was going on at this point, and you can hear the chirping and whirling sounds of your of Roomba right up right above where you are, and it's like hacking and like in kind of like trying to dig away, which isn't helping in doing very much.
So, like, I'm trapped underneath this, so I have to actually climb out of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of are buried under a lot of crap.
Dear God. can I just try like lifting it off myself, like, or digging?
Sure. Yeah. So you kind of compose yourself and like start like looking like the most strategic way to start pulling and digging your way out of here. Give me a give me an intelligence save.
Intelligence save. Saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 23.
So you kind of like messing around with like certain beams and stuff that are on there, and you're kind of pushing your way out, and you've given yourself this small kind of cocooned area that allows you a little bit of movement on the inside, and like trying to pry your way out. You call out to your Roomba, and it's kind of it whirls and beeps, and you decide to kind of scoot as far away as you can. And it shoots into the area and just blows a hole right open.
Okay. Fantastic. That's a good Roomba. And then I want to look around. What do I see?
Wreckage, smoke, little small fires around the area, bodies all over the place. You see that the train has gone way off the tracks and just tumbled. Oh God, hundreds of feet away. It's now you're now kind of like at like the bottom of like a canyon, and you can see off in the distance like a bridge that obviously is where the train had gone over.
Oh, so you're like way underneath the. Okay, so to say. So the train tracks are up there.
Yeah.
Fun.
And you guys, well, you are kind of crawling and pulling your way out. I mean, you're bleeding. Your eyes, one of your eyes is swollen shut. Like, your fro is all disheveled, and you're kind of like looking around, and like I'm saying, like it looks like a bomb went off over here. I mean, there's debris and rubble everywhere, small piles of wreckage that are smoking, and it's here. The only thing that kind of lights your way is the few lights from the fires that are down here. The rest, in this canyon, it is pretty much pitch black except for the stars in the sky above.
Great. Just great. Should have just driven all the way back.
All right, so
what?
After that, it'll be, let's see, Task, you're actually next. You're next to kind of wake up. Let's see. You hear an explosion, and it wakes you up from a dream. And you're looking around in the area that you're still in one of the box cars. It has been smashed a lot. There is, I mean, wreckage and debris everywhere, and there are lots of bodies laying around you that are completely dismembered. They are broken. There is no life coming from anything. And you hear an explosion that wakes you up off in the distance, and you kind of pop up.
Can I like stand in the boxcar? How destroyed is it around me?
There'll be some crouching involved in the area. Like, I mean, it's enough for you to probably be able to make it out. You do see off in the distance like one of the a little bit of an exit, but you're going to be crouching and kind of there will be some parts where you're where you're crawling on all fours.
All right, I'm gonna try and get to the exit.
So you're making your way through, and as you kind of get to one of the as you kind of get to your to the area that you see a little bit of light coming from the outside, you see some fires, and you see the guy that you recognize as 1337 also standing, just recently pulled himself out of some.
Okay. Stay where I can see, but I'm not gonna actually climb out yet until I see mainly Predaton.
So you're just gonna hide. You're gonna hide right there.
I'm just gonna wait for a second to see where everybody else is.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fine. All right. So now it would go to Predaton in Acrix. Let's see. You guys were all kind of in the same area. But except for Predaton. Predaton got smacked and kind of thrown a little bit. Predaton, you kind of wake up the side a little bit. You had fallen with them and tumbled along after the first hit. Your aircraft did a really good job at trying to keep you as steady as it could until eventually you smacked into the wall of the canyon as you were spiraling unconscious down. But you are kind of overseeing the area a little bit. You have a pretty good view of most of the wreckage from where you are, but you are still down there with the rest of them in this.
But I'm on maybe
a
little bit higher,
like stuck in between some rocks up at the top, well, not at the top, but a little bit down,
30-40 feet above it.
And you landed on the ledge.
Is my disc around?
Is it always around? Is it always does it can you summon it or unsummon it?
If I'm within a mile of it, I can call it to me.
Okay, all right. So it doesn't. All right. Sure. It did. It survived and is able to return to you.
And how hurt am I?
You're really hurt. You are everyone here is at 1 hit point.
Oh wow. I will.
All of you are broken and beaten from what just happened.
All right. Well, do I still have a long rest though?
Yes. I mean, yes. This is where the level would have come in. Sure.
So wait, we did get a long rest?
Normally, if you go
Yes.
unconscious, you make your death saving throws. If you want to wake up, it takes a long rest anyways. So
you guys have been out for about 10 hours.
Right.
Okay, so we get our stuff back. We're just at 1 health.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
Elijah, Acrix is kind of doing the same. You are woken up under another pile of rubble, very similar to where Ethan was. You guys were really close when it had all gone down. I'm going to need a check out of you to dig out of your predicament.
Okay.
Or any other way that you can decide to try to.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll just to avoid. First things first, is I'm kind of stuck. I'll lay on hands myself so I can not die from any falling pieces, rubble, or anything like that. We'll just go for 30.
All right, pause for a second as we switch. Is that better? Let's see. Maybe it is.
Yeah. see. I don't know. I have a feeling it might just be my internet, so I don't know if you guys were also having trouble or not.
I was not on my end.
Okay, so it might just be me.
It might just be. All right. Let's see.
Then
So what did you say? What did you say, Elijah? I missed out on the last little bit.
as I was like kind of pinned, I was gonna just place my hands on my chest, lay on hands myself real quick to heal, and then I'll start trying to like crawl out from the rubble. So
okay,
that'd be. What check would that be?
So if you're just gonna be trying to crawl out, it's going to be an athletics check. You know.
All right. And yikes.
And okay, all right, yeah. So you are kind of stuck under an area. You the weight is just a little too much. You've managed to kind of get yourself, but you just can't get out of where you're. So you're kind of kicking at the air, kicking at this large chunk of iron that's on top of you. You're like trying to push in order to lift it out of the way, but you just can't seem to do it.
Okay. After that fails for a little while, I'll take the time to, as I'm slowly start casting Find Steed. That way I can summon a warhorse to help lift or move some of this rubble and get me out of here.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys do hear some banging off on the side.
All of us?
There isn't really much noise going on except for the slight roar of fire and the crackling. But I mean, when you start to hear, some kicking and banging over off on some rubble, I mean, all of y'all are pretty aware of it. You can tell that there is a survivor under there.
I cure wounds myself at 4th level, and looking at the surrounding, do I have any idea how close we are to Nox?
Oh, you guys are a long way off. You guys are a long way off. Y'all were not, like you were just derailed, like, and you have no idea where you are right now.
I want to. Okay, so I hear someone trying a survivor. I want to call out to him. Hello, sir. Do you need any help?
I think you're talking to the person who's prisoned underground.
Oh, me?
No,
No,
I think he's trying to talk to Elijah.
Oh, that's me.
You recognize his voice on the other side.
I can hear both of them.
Sure, yeah.
No, I'd rather not. Just give me a moment.
No, okay.
I'm gonna call out now, actually.
Okay. And so, Ethan, what were you doing?
I will partake in a mana potion.
Okay. So he says he's fine underneath there, as you can tell that he isn't lifting that by himself. Like, I mean, just from what you were hearing, that you definitely don't think he can do that, but he says he's got it. And he's gonna sit down, and you look over and you see Kelsey scurrying out from under under some rubble. And so you sit down and you decide to go on ahead and have yourself a drink.
Yep, for 8 healing. Nice.
So Kelsey, you make your way out and you kind of step into the light as you see 1337 kind of sitting down and kind of having himself a drink, and you hear some banging coming from like some rubble right beside him.
Oh no, I'm casting a spell right now.
Over, and it looks like someone's like trying to get out, and he's just drinking and just watching them.
You're not gonna help?
No, he's not. When's my horse get here, Johnny?
Thank you, Rabbit. Is it a piece of metal, or is it like rock? Is it something that I could mold earth with?
I'll advise you not to help this person.
there is a lot of earth around. I mean, you guys kind of are. I mean, yes, you could mold earth to kind of help your to help get him. That would work. I could see.
Cool.
Hoping I could just move whatever was on top of him.
I could totally see you doing that. I mean, you're kind of earth bending right now in order to kind of just move a little bit of rubble out the way to help free him.
Yeah.
So you do this, and like you're kind of sitting there, and you're going through your monkish movements, and as you do that, a small 5 foot area starts to clear around him. And Acrix, you are seeing the path open up.
Hey, fuck off.
Doing this, as you guys are doing this, a majestic horse
Maybe
appears.
all back.
What's that?
Nothing.
Then you see him, he's just moving all, just dropping all back on him. And then you see this astral horse appear right at the edge of the tunnel.
Does that belong to any of you guys?
Yes, he's mine, and he's helping
Good
me. He's
guess.
busy.
Oh.
I told you not to help him. This guy's a
Okay.
strong man. So how far? Well, I can't see. I'm gonna cast light on like a stick or on my rod,
Okay.
so I can see some stuff. And I want to start looking and see if I can find like how far I am from the bridge.
So you kind of like kind of look at your light and fucking bang it and twist it a little bit, and it just turns into a flashlight. And you kind of look over and you start pointing around, and you are quite a ways off from the bridge. It had this canyon that you're in. You can tell goes on for several miles. You had fallen off a while back, and you can see the bridge that like far off in the distance that it had gone over. Like you're at the bottom of a canyon that's probably around like 300 feet. It's not really that bad, but often but you can tell that it is a long one that runs for miles.
Great. That makes it this much harder.
Can't you like put something together that could move on the train tracks faster? There's a lot of debris here.
I'm looking at her. I'm just like, yeah, I'll get right on that. What are you doing?
I'll help.
You'll help.
Yeah.
All right. I need 4 wheels, 2 axles, and a electronic energy switch. Get on it.
Something tells me I'm not gonna find a lot of wheels around here.
Sorry, heard a loud noise in the house and didn't know what the hell it was.
Dog or child, take your pick.
Serial killer.
Well, it sounded like a blender, and I didn't exactly know where Piper was.
Can I roll an investigation to see if I can find any of those parts that he listed in this debris?
Hey, do we need another? Do we need this code for Twitch again?
Here, yeah, let me... Okay, go ahead, and you should be getting a second one. Quick. It was to fix our notifications. It was, being wonky because we weren't getting any notifications last stream. There you go, you should be getting it.
Okay. So there isn't going to be much of anything laying around here. I mean, all of this stuff is smashed and ruined and burned. You guys are smashed and ruined and burned. Like, I mean, there's plenty of around, but as for actual, well, I mean, you know what? Roll me an investigation. Roll me a perception. I'll take that one. A perception or an investigation.
All of us or just her?
Actually, I'll do perception.
Deception?
Perception.
What to say? Like, what are you going to see? The things that.
No, she's gonna tell you she sees
Look
it.
at this stick. Definitely a wheel.
It's round. on one part of
That
it.
is. You find 2 wheels and an axle.
I'm gonna go drop them sassily in front of him. How many did you need again?
4.
You're halfway there, hun.
Alright, I'm gonna keep walking and keep looking.
I'm gonna look over at Trix and like, I guess you're off.
Wait, say it again.
Well, I'm assuming like you have transportation.
No, not quite yet. I kind of want to see what this car thing is. See how fast you can build one. Maybe I could hire one or get one myself. Go on.
All right. I'm gonna like pull out my Tinker's kit and set it up, and I want it to start making like a rudimentary like like those things where it's like it has like the train thing where like the people have to pump it. Instead of having manually pump, I want to try to make it so it's like automatic.
Make it room powered.
I missed that last part. You said instead of making it manually pump, you do what?
I want to make it automatic because I'm not gonna be pumping this.
But okay, but you also just I don't. All right. That's gonna be tough because you need a motor, a system, a motion system to make that happen. But you only have 2 wheels.
Yeah, I know.
It's a minor detail.
Still looking.
I mean, like you could totally like unicycle it with like 2 of y'all on one side, 2 of y'all on the other, and like pumping. But,
There's if there were 2 wheels, there's got to be 2 more. I have faith.
Sketchy logic to be going by.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to do in the wasteland right now, except hopefully not get killed.
I mean, all right. So yeah, I mean, you're rummaging through shit. I mean, you are, bleeding and bruised, and you just flipping through stuff and just looking for wheels right now. As and the rest of you.
See what carts we were in. The cargo cart, right? That was it. I don't know. I'll just go searching through the rubble and see if I can find anything that could be useful, anything valuable, and if I see a wheel, I guess I'll grab it.
So does it? I mean, so Jason, was that your heal?
Yeah, I'm healing myself again.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have cure wounds. Forgot about that.
The Holy Radiance skit by what are they it's a group that I really freaking like to watch on Facebook.
By the way, can I search for this motor type, or not necessarily motor? I'm searching for some pistons, and then yeah, search for pistons or something I can make into a piston.
So it's an episode. It's called "The Worst Healer Ever," and it's by a group there called Viva La Dirt League. Have you guys seen any of the videos? I share them all the freaking time. I think they're freaking hilarious.
Do you?
One of their skits is based around this thing. They call him the worst healer ever, and it's basically a person. Jason, do you remember the spell? Any of you guys who ever played World of Warcraft? It was like it was a priest spell, and it was like an AoE heal, like Holy Nova or something like that.
It's Holy Nova. It's in Hearthstone.
Yeah, you could like deal damage.
Yeah.
But it was mostly like a heal or whatever.
Yeah,
So
it did
yeah,
better
remember
than
that.
damage than it healed, yeah.
Yeah, so it was essentially making fun of that spell. The tank is pretty much like, okay, when I go and I do this, use this spell and this spell, but please don't use Holy Nova. But actually, it blinds me. It puts too much on the screen. I can't see anything, and like I to just use, and I need you to just use this spell. And so like, guys, I totally got it. I understand the plan. Let's go. Runs into battle. Holy Nova! Holy Nova! And he just starts running around the battlefield, just spamming this heal, and the tank can't see, can't do anything
No,
about
I
it.
see. You laugh about that, but that literally fucking happened to me last night playing Final Fantasy. Like, we had the exact same spell. My fuck seared my retinas.
I love those guys. They're great. So do y'all remember the whole ice cream party thing? So, no, for real. Like, this person looked at me. They were like, "So it looks like you're getting ready to have an ice cream party." I'm like, "The fuck? Don't judge me. Hell yeah, I'm getting ready to go have an ice cream party. It's gonna be fucking great."
That is a little weirdly judgy for a random person.
Well, you know what?
I used to hate that when I used to work at fucking grocery
I
stores.
got a
It
fucking
sucked.
killer milkshake right now. It's like loaded.
Like, I like had to train someone, and then like they'll see someone buy like a whole bunch of shit, and like, oh, you're buying that. And I'm like, don't judge this person.
It's so weird.
It is. As I'm on my 7th icy pop.
Wait, if everyone's getting snacks, I want snacks. Maybe we should break. Is it too
It's-
soon? For
Oh,
that?
it's
It's
way too
been
soon.
literally. It's been 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I just have a problem, okay? Don't judge me.
All right.
Oh god.
All right.
I collapse from the exhaustion and meditate for a short rest.
You're gonna need a long rest, but okay.
Are we getting a long rest?
You already did. You just
guys
zeroed one
already got
health.
the rest. That doesn't been healed. So like, if y'all want to take a long rest to heal, y'all can do that after.
Yeah, I have no way of healing myself, so.
Yeah, you have potions, don't you?
Did Kelsey get any of those? I actually forget.
How much booze did you put in this?
Oh my fucking god.
What were we saying it was? We were saying potions of healing, right?
Yes.
I only have one of them bitches.
Oh, really? Damn. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's a
starve to death.
lie. That's a lie. I have 4.
I was about to say, you're about to starve to death.
I think I have 10 on me.
Note to self.
So it's nighttime, right?
Oh, we can't tell it's too dark. Well, actually, it has to
You're
because it's all
muted,
stars.
It is always nighttime. There's no
Does it
sun.
feel? Does my internal clock feel like it's time?
Wait, there's no sun?
As of right now, your internal clock is telling you to lay the fuck down. like the internal clock. You are tired. Yes, you want a nap.
All right, yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna.
You might actually want to go to sleep. Like, your body is saying, like, you might actually want sleep. Resting isn't exactly what you're looking for right now.
I can meditate. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. There's no sun on this planet?
No.
Don't think about it, Ethan. Don't think about it, Ethan. Don't think about it, Ethan. Don't think about it. This is not the physics-centric world.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can cast spells.
Yeah.
No, no, believe me. All right, so I've looked this
I'm
up.
a human. I can't see anything ever.
No, never. You can't. It's dark outside. The only light that you have is the starlights, and every now and then, maybe the moon might be able to present some dim. But even the starlight.
Technically, if there's no sun, the moon won't present any light.
Yeah.
It won't. Unless there's other things that are casting strange lights on it.
Alright,
Yeah.
we have to go find what's making the moon light up, guys. At 15th level, we're going on an epic adventure.
Yeah, it does sound really important to me.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just probably not even say anything, but like find some debris that gives enough cover and like kind of curl up because I feel like death.
Yeah, no, Ethan, and I thought I explained this before. Yeah, the sun's dead.
Well, if I would have known that, the one of my items would have been like goggles of night vision or something like that. Because, God, okay.
Yeah, just make it your next infusion.
Well, okay, well, if you need to redo something to make that happen,
No, I'm good. I have a flashlight. I'm good.
At this point, I'm gonna float down with my hands in the air.
Do you want a high five? What is that for?
Yeah.
So, Jason, your disc, does it glow?
You tell me.
Like headlights?
I assumed it would.
I would imagine so.
Just because of just looking at it, it just looks like something that glows.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not like bright, flashy light, it still seems to me like it's something that would be
Dimly glow.
Yeah, it would have like a propulsion system.
Like that underglow.
Yeah.
He's got fucking neon at the bottom of it.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the underglow on it. Like it's
ASA.
Yep. So you descend down to their. It's not really their campfire. I mean, the train was already on fire, and they're just now sitting around it. So it's where they're all hanging out right now. And you kind of slowly drift down. You guys receive them.
And I'll shout out. The light will draw predators. We should leave.
I was thinking about that, but it seems some here are intent on taking naps.
I'm taking a nap.
I'm not even. Am I near them? I guess I'm probably pretty close.
You basically crawled out of the ground and dug up a tire or two, and then here you go, and then you just sat down and started chanting.
Me chanting? I'm not chanting.
Well, you were meditating.
No, monks don't need to chant. I'm not a chanting monk.
You're not a chanting monk?
It's in her head. It's a mental chant.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so much better.
Otherwise, how do monks have vows of silence? They can't do anything else.
I can throw that one on the back of the horse, but we still need to do something with the other one.
That would be a great
Did you just suggest throwing me on the back of a horse?
Okay, walk.
No, I'm too tired and hurt to even tell you guys that this guy is after me and probably going to kill me. I can't even.
Oh, he's after you and trying to kill you. Why is he doing that? Are you a criminal or something?
I'm not a criminal.
I don't know. I mean,
how much is it worth?
Figured it out yet, though?
Me? Well, I figured people were after. Yeah. Well,
but you hadn't figured out it was him. You do not know it was him.
Yeah, when he flew up onto the train, when I was on top of the train.
He did start to talk some creepy stuff to you.
I didn't say anything.
You did not directly say it. However, with context, it would definitely sound like some suspect shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
What does that have to do with me, though?
Yeah, what does that have to do with us?
Seems pretty stand-up guy from what he's seen so far.
I must be honest. You are my quarry. My family needs you to do whatever with, but we must work together here now to get out of here.
Not with me.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
What does your family want with me?
They never tell me.
So you just do your family's bidding for no apparent reason
That's
and hunt innocent elves
that's how jobs
whose
work.
entire monastery was slaughtered?
You are the key to your monastery's herbalistic ways. and we need the flowers that your monastery produces.
None of those flowers are even left. Even if I wanted to grow them, seeds are long gone. I don't have any.
You can take us there. It will be permanent. Well, I also heard that the Black Guard took out your entire monastery.
They did. I'm just trying to get to Nox to lay low.
I believe the Black Guard will move against any and all who oppose them, including my
Looking for them. Who is your family anyway?
House Malcor. We are the Deadwalkers. We control and provide the undead that run Nox.
I don't trust anyone with that much power.
Well, Nox is the wrong place for you to go then. Their power rules.
Yeah, but there are a bunch of people I can lay low. I have contacts there. I know people who will take me in.
That confidence will get you killed.
So we'll go in with you, I imagine.
I do not want you dead. I need you alive.
I don't have what you want.
Insight check.
Inside.
Slightly.
All right. Oh shit.
Wow. Fuck that.
Oh shit.
So were you lying?
But-
Huh? Huh?
So I mean, roll me.
Apparently, I have flowers and seeds on me, which I just learned about 5 minutes ago, so that's cool.
Kept in your prison pocket? That's cool.
I'm lying. You know, Kelsey is lying.
Come, child. You can be honest with me.
No, I
I
don't
can
think I can.
I can smell the herbs on you.
You or the scientist.
The life spread an aura about you that I can sense. You carry. What do you carry? Show me.
I don't have them on me. I protect the secret of their location. That's all.
So, while your sob stories are very entertaining, there's a more pressing matter at hand. We might die out here. So why don't we all just get along for now? And then you can worry about your flowers and your hiding in the city once we get somewhere we know we can live. For a brief amount of time. We could try and all make this solo. We could attempt to. But this seems a little bit more probable to get anywhere.
Man with the horse who blew up our train, what do you suggest?
I just suggested it. We're going to cut.
I mean, for next steps immediately right now.
We need to get out of this canyon. It's a death trap for anything that's coming to get us. We have no escape.
don't
So
agree
my
with that.
passive investigation, could I find like a train cannon, one of those cannons from the train?
I mean, okay, all right. So maybe. I mean, everything got destroyed in this, but maybe there might be something of the cannons because those are military grade. They might have survived. Something might have survived.
Maybe one,
Give
maybe I can.
me give me a investigation check.
Okay. I'll give you one of those. 20.
All right. So, okay. You do find that one of the cannons is intact. Um, most of the ammunition and the shells and stuff have been ruined, but you do find enough to tinker around with.
Alright. Well, the thing I'm trying to make is like a grappling hook gun type thing. I need more rope. Ooh. Because I only have 50 feet of rope.
I have 50 feet as well, but we're pretty deep in here.
He's at 400 feet, so well.
Where is it? If it's on Earth, I can probably move it up here.
I'm not too worried about moving in place. We can definitely get it in place to shoot upwards, but like for us actually climbing out, we need at least 40 or 400 feet of rope or something.
Oh, I can just walk up the wall. You guys can't do that.
I'm gonna look at her, complete the stain.
I can probably carry one of you at a time, maybe.
Atrix, you wanna go first?
I won't be carried up that wall, but climbing a 400-foot wall seems like it'd be quite the feat. I'll give it an attempt, but I'll be fine. I won't hit the bottom.
No, I just want to see her try carrying Atrix.
Oh, no, that's not happening.
Compared to me.
I could provide a safety line. My disc cannot support the full weight of you, but it can maybe make the fall a little less painful.
I'm not worried about falling. If anyone falls, I can mitigate that fairly easily. As long as they don't go falling too far away from me, then. Either that, or we take the long way out of this cannon and just walk and see where it goes. But I'd like to spend as little time in here as possible.
How long does it take me to carry 1337 up the wall?
I don't like this. I refuse.
That's fair. That's
Come,
fair.
hear my words, and I will heal us. And I'm gonna take 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing.
Yeah, prayer of healing.
Yeah, I can heal up to 6 people, 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. So I heal for 16.
Cool beans. While we're all talking, I want to send the warhorse just through the canyon onwards towards the direction of the train tracks to see what he finds. I have telepathy for him for at least a mile, so at least send him out that far. If he doesn't find anything, just have him come back.
And from the 10-minute prayer of healing, it's basically like the story of the apocalypse and whatever happened to the world, and how the sun fell down and smote all the wicked that were weak and destroyed the apocalypse. Just that my church kind of worships the calling of the weak, and that the new society that have risen up in this post-apocalypse.
They called it the reaping.
The reaping, yeah. We worship it pretty much. That we get better by strife and through battle and through basically anything that's hard. It either kills you or it makes you stronger.
God, this is like first week of slave training.
What?
Okay, let me check the script. Don't know what to say to that.
You guys don't know about the history of the sun? The reaping, right? We all been through it.
Oh, I mean, like even ghosts are pulling up seats right now. They want to hear.
I can't say I'm familiar with the life of a slave.
No, we told much different stories. Okay, I'm just gonna start running up this wall if you guys are just chilling.
Yeah, bye.
Do you
No.
not want the prayer of healing?
Oh.
Yeah,
fine.
the story
I've
was
stayed
the
here
prayer.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to sit here and listen to this.
Never
the part
mind.
that- yeah, like you have to listen.
It's very fire and brimstone. The fire came down and purified the souls of the weak, and the strong rose up. And through their strife, the new world has been birthed to us. We are its protector and its children at once.
Again, like 5th creative training, slave training.
And so you all kind of sit around and listen to the cleric's tales, listening to his prayers as you feel, this sensation kind of emanate from him. It spreads out to each of you. It's not exactly comforting or or, or pleasant, but it does seem to bring you a sense of rejuvenation. And so,
Now,
what's
shall
up?
we ascend this climb?
Ah,
Yeah.
no time like the present.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to do like a manual version of this car, and I'm going to have a cannon shoot it all the way up. Hopefully, I can get 400 feet on it. and
I'm
you can
really
land on the
curious to what
bridge.
your drawing is right there, because all I can see is
Yeah, I
like
could just see.
a piece of paper.
It's
Yes,
too
but-
now. Oh
Oh,
wait,
bring it
wait,
in,
that
bring it
was
in.
good.
Let me-
Bring it closer.
Wait.
Let me focus on it.
Up a little bit, up a
There
little bit,
you
up a little bit.
Little, yeah. All right.
What is happening?
Up a little bit more, up a little bit more. Oh, that's just the bottom of the cannon. I thought there was a plan
Okay,
there.
I see the cannon. And the train. What is?
He's going to try to shoot the car up the canyon.
Yes.
I love it. Let's go.
Before he does that, I'm just gonna run up this canyon wall.
He's gonna fucking wily coyote this shit. Let's do it. And you're just gonna I mean, because you can just walk right on up it, can't you? So your guys' goal is to try to climb out of the canyon?
I think that'll be the first attempt.
I can
Alright,
fly.
okay. Alright, well hey, let's actually take a break for a second. Let's take just a small 10-minute while I can go in for another drink and everything, and we can all come right back in 10 minutes.
Get my snacks.
Alrighty.
I get
And you
5.
can get your snacks.
And 1,
All right. Hey, welcome back. Thanks, guys, for waiting. So let's go on ahead and get back to our fellas here and see what's going on. Has to take to come back here. So we've got the three that are down in at the bottom of the ravine or canyon. Probably a canyon better than a ravine. I don't think a ravine's intense.
Gorge.
Gorge. Fjord. No.
I don't remember what that is actually. I know it's a thing.
A fjord's a thing that's like partially covered in water. I
Okay.
it has nothing to do with water because we have a few fjords around where I live, but they can't. I don't know. I don't know if they quite represent the name. They're bridges that sometimes get overflown with water.
Okay. So as this is happening during that story, I sent the horse about like a mile down the gorge. Did it find anything? Because I have telepathy with it.
Wait, you sent the what?
The warhorse. I told him to go off and check out the area ahead of us in case we couldn't go up it. I sent it ahead along the direction the train tracks went.
Oh,
kind of basically the same as the familiar, but further range.
Okay, cool. All right. I know what's going on there. All right, we'll come back to that in a second then. No, because we're gonna go right to there in just a second. What are you other guys doing?
I'm still trying to make my contraction. I have like a portable like
something.
Yeah.
Like the thing is you're nowhere near the railroad track.
Is that bridge not a railroad track?
What's that?
Is that bridge not a railroad track?
It is, but it's way the fuck up there. Like it's a long way.
I'm trying to shoot the car up there. That's not a thing.
You're gonna you really wanted to try to shoot the car. That's what the diagram was really for?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that one in a second.
Back to horse, back to the laundry truck. Like, even if we get out of the ravine, it's still like a fucking 20-day journey back. I don't have food that long.
I know it's probably highly unlikely, but I'll look through the rubble for any like semblance of survivors.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, most but I did have a plan for that. Okay, yeah, so most everybody is dead. Like, I mean, the bodies that you do find, they are mangled and destroyed. You definitely even find some that were undead, and they are gone. Like, I mean, they were. It's a miracle they survived.
Can I loot some bodies?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Find on the wreckage.
Come up the canyon.
Yeah, you walking up the canyon? You just because that's what we thought you were doing. Is you're walking up, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. Are they not coming with me?
No.
We all can just walk up the canyon like
doing their own things.
All right. Well, I'm at least gonna go up there and look. So.
Sure. Okay. So everybody makes off onto their chosen path. It's kind of walking around and like you're seeing everybody all handling their own thing. You're watching as Craftsman is loading parts into a cannon. He is like it. Now the thing is you were curious about him for a little bit because you didn't quite know what he was doing. You knew that he was doing something with the canyon. He was setting up some weird lines and stuff, and he somehow managed to point it straight up. Now he started putting things in it, and it wasn't until like real late on in his plan that you realize he actually wants to keep all these things whole. You see what his plan is. he's gonna try to jump on this shit and fire it off and ride it like a rocket in like wherever he's planning on shooting it. There is Kelsey, that person that had kind of just taken right up the rock cliff, moving up with ease. I mean, it's eerie how quickly she's able to make it up the wall. She's off, taking off into the darkness and disappears out of your sight.
I will follow.
Hold on. You were looting things.
Oh, right. Okay.
So like, you see this Predaton guy who is kind of walking around, and he's like checking bodies and stuff. Are you callous with it, or maybe like some way? Like, are you like, as you're pulling people out, are you setting them neat? It's okay. Are you setting the bodies neatly down, or are you just like, just ripping through them and like checking bags, dumping things out on the ground?
Little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I mean, I'm not being like reverent in any way, but I'm not being like callous and like tossing them around like they're, light, because I'm not very strong. So I mean, you're pulling, you're well, yeah. I mean, I understand that, but you watch him, and he's like pulling people out, and like checking through bags, like flipping through papers and stuff, and stuffing them back in, throwing them to the side, and just kind of going through the people's things. Your steed is like coming back off in the distance, making his way back.
Horse way.
It's horse way back.
I
right.
hadn't put much thought to it.
I don't know. Do you have a name for your steed?
No, I kind of just brought it.
It's horse. Okay, it's like
Bruce Willis. Sure.
Ow.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. All right. So, horse is on its way back, and kind of just standing beside Craftsman as he's making the final preparations and like tugging things and tightening bolts down and loading things up. And horse comes back and tells you that it had traveled off into the distance, and it had quickly run into a field of large mushrooms, large glowing mushrooms.
Okay.
1337. You're currently sitting on top of your cart pile, laying back, push yourself, and you got a button in your hand.
Was this?
God, I love this.
Was the field in the gorge, or was it like outside? Or was it out? Okay.
It is in the gorge. Like it had run into it. It hadn't made its way out of it yet.
Okay. I'll just kind of project my voice, just like some weird plants up ahead. I don't know if we want to go concern ourselves with those, but keep it in the back of your head.
I look at him, like saying, "I already have my plans. I'm gonna press the button."
I'm going to get ready to cast Featherfall.
Alright, God, Ethan. Alright, I need you to make me a saving throw. I don't even...
Yeah, what?
Which one?
A luck saving throw is what you need right now.
Percentage roll? Percentage roll? That's what it sounds like?
You know what?
Maybe like a constitution from the force.
Everybody gets to decide Ethan's fate right now. Everybody that's not Ethan, roll me a d20.
Sure, let's go.
Sweet.
I like this.
I bet you do.
Natural 20.
No. Yeah.
Double natural 20.
Oh no, Ethan, roll me a percentile, bro. It's gotta hit high.
Got you.
Oh man, this is for trajectory.
I got a 14.
I think you're dead.
Guess I'm getting ready to smear him off the wall.
Who's in the Acrix, I need you to make me saving throws. You need to make dexterity saving throw.
Dex, okay. Make it 11.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, what was that? What was that last line you said? You said something, and then you hit the button. What was that again?
You have a plan.
Yeah, I already have a plan, and I press the button.
You already have a plan, and you press the button, and it's slow motion. Reflexes catch you just in time. Acrix. Everybody gets to see this. Like jumping from a pretty precarious situation as she's trying to climb her way up here, doing a great job at it. There's nothing that's really slowing her down. Predaton, you were just kind of setting someone on the ground, like as you were pulling them out, you found kind of one of those you found a little bit of like of a small grave. As it was, there was lots of bodies kind of all compiled into one area, and you were just kind of clearing out and setting people down. Give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Oh my god.
Just made a fuck. He just spent 20 minutes making a shrapnel grenade. That's all he did.
I got a 14.
Okay.
You don't have advantage.
An explosion goes off. I mean, when I say an explosion, it is mini nuclear, and it's destructive as it extends out. Tass, as the smoke and debris finally stop, like you're hanging on with just one hand, and you're kind of looking down, but there's you can't see anything for the cloud of debris that's going out there. All you see is a trail shooting out of it, blazing on fire off into the distance, and you're watching it head towards the train track, and you see it hits the train track. I mean, it hits it so good, it just rips right through it. And the whole thing collapse and break down. Acrix, you pull your shield up and you leap behind your astral steed, and it takes most of the force, knocking you back, hurling you into one of the train cars, and I mean, instantly you're unconscious, just wham out. But the steed had taken most of the blow, and you've survived. Your horse is dead.
That's fine. That's 10 minutes. Name Charles Barkley. Actually, I like that.
Predaton, like like the hair go up on the back of your on the back of your neck, and you just leap into that kind of hollow husk that you just dug out as like this grave that was in there, and you leaped into it, just avoiding the majority of the blast as it goes through. I mean, it deafens you, You're blind. You can't see anything out just because there's too much dust around. You can't hear anything just because of that loud bang that's going on. But you are still alive and such.
Can I crawl my way out?
Yeah, you crawl your way out. It is difficult to breathe out here because of all the all of the dust and such.
1930.
What in gods was that?
So what happened to me? Am I
I'm
dead?
gonna- Oh yeah, you're definitely dead. That cannon double critted you.
Oh, is that how that worked?
So you wake up and there's a noise, a howling, a screaming in your ears, unlike anything you've ever heard before. Kind of, flounder around trying to, stop whatever it is from waking you up, and you go back to sleep. And as you're doing this, your eyes open up and you realize you are fucking free falling right now.
Feather falling?
Well, you're free falling.
Yeah, I cast feather falling.
You cast Featherfall?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you cuddle back up and you drift on down slowly back. It's been a trying night. That just knocked you the fuck out, and you just kind of just drift on down. You guys are, Elijah is unconscious. You get to see this, Tass. You see him kind of wafting down slowly right back to where he came from.
Okay. So how far up am I?
You're up there. Like you watched him go right back. I mean, you can run back down. You definitely have.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at the canyon and then take a look at the wreckage and kind of sigh and then run back down the canyon.
All right. Okay. Elijah, Acrix wakes up, looking back around.
Please don't do that again.
The smoke begins to settle, and you're seeing him kind of he's doing this kind of rockabye pattern as he's just floating back down to the ground.
Can I shoot him out of the sky? I'm not going to, but I really want to.
Like I'm trying to process everything that happened still. I don't really have words yet.
But I'll make a mental note to never get in a vehicle.
It was pretty scary.
Look, he hit it, okay? He got to where he wanted to go. Like the thing, the trajectory was correct. That was perfect. It was beautiful. There was, just needed to slow down a little bit.
Well, the goal was actually to cast feather falling. I was supposed to shoot above it and then land on it, but that's
as you are slowly falling to the ground, it strikes you. You needed a parachute on there. You remember reading stories a long time ago where parachutes were able to slow the descent of something, and that's what you feel was missing on that. Next time that you launch something at full cannon speed towards an object, you feel like you need to deploy a parachute to slow it down.
Great, just like Kerbal.
Ooh, I should play that again.
Ooh, let's go to space.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm unconscious. Never mind.
No. You're awake. You
Oh,
just
I'm
woke-
awake? Okay.
Yeah, you just woke up and you saw this, and you're seeing him drifting down.
Check my spell.
Can I shoot him out of the sky?
I mean, if I thought he was as evil as he was stupid, I'd put a knife in his throat. But I don't think this is the case. Oh, fuck. I'll look around. Does anyone else look severely fucked up? Or what happened to
Your
the
horse is. I mean, your horse has rainbow astral goo.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
you all over. Like you got like there's like the imprint of you on the wall, and like that's dead. Yes, baby. What do you mean I gotta stop talking? One second.
I can't wait to try it again.
So is he at the top of the cliff?
No, I'm falling back down to the
Oh.
bottom.
She says it's too late. I see it's dark outside. Well, yeah, but I can still talk. That's why I'm back here in this room. Okay, exactly.
I'll just let him slowly drift down. I'm gonna look at him.
Okay, I will try to be quiet.
Was that your only plan? I hope it was.
I will talk quiet.
Well, I have to
Oh, yeah.
revise this plan because I think I figured out what was wrong.
You?
Yeah.
Seems like a key step. Or a key issue here. Should we just take the long way, as opposed to you destroying the rest of this cavern and possibly us along with it? This canyon.
Well, it looks like your friend's about to get out of here. Pointing up at her.
Yeah, she won't get far on her own.
Probably not.
I resent that.
What's the state of this cannon, by the way?
Oh, the cannon's dead. No, or the cannon's exploded. It's
Can I mend it?
Bro, that's like a...
when you mend, you can like mend like a small area.
It's like a
per
5
round,
inch, isn't
right?
like a 5 inch or 6 inch.
Yeah,
it's very
like
small.
It's you're like,
A crack or a tear.
Fine, we'll take it the long way, losers. I'm gonna loot some bodies, I guess.
Oh, like as he says that, like the rest of the bridge collapses like in the background, like miles away. Like it was a huge mega structure. It's all falling down.
Echoes throughout the gorge. Cool beans.
Yeah, I think the canyon's our best bet.
What do you mean? You came back down?
I did come back down.
You could have gotten away.
You know, I was kind of worried because things exploded down here. And, you know, I might not have been able to make it very long out here on my own.
Yes, I do know. Or we all do. How much time should I take from that, Johnny, by the way?
Yeah.
Or
You're unconscious again. I think you're back at 1.
am I back at...
Oh yeah, bro, you're back at 1.
Alright, sure. That's one way to waste
Is
spell
that
slots.
everyone?
What's that?
Is that everyone?
No, it's just him. He was the only. You damaged him because he was right beside you, as your massive gun blew up. He's alive. Oh, you heal yourself again?
Yes.
Can we just camp out here for the night? I think we could all use a rest. Keep watch.
It's been like 2 hours.
I still hurt a lot. And you just blew up our nice guy in armor, so.
Again.
Again.
We need to get back to this
Well,
canyon.
the first time was technically his own fault. Actually.
Yeah.
We need to depart.
Where? Mr.
Forward.
Flying Saucer.
Forward, the only direction we have.
We are dead meat.
There's no
Resting
bridge.
here. Just
The
climb
bridge
up
is
the other
gone.
side of the canyon.
Can you?
Yeah, right. We're at the bottom of the canyon, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yes, it is not exactly like that,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yes.
Walk to the other side of the canyon.
Well, one path that has already been explored by Acrix's horse
Name is
has
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yes.
All right.
I like
Um,
horse.
he had discovered there was a giant glowing mushroom forest ahead that way. It wasn't able to make it the other way before it was blowed up.
Yep. Does any of you happen to be knowledgeable of plants and nature? Maybe figure out what the hell that is that could help us on whatever this journey we're going on is.
Some knowledge of plants and nature in its natural form, which isn't really a lot out here. What did they
Yeah.
look like?
So yeah, like this isn't like you made no. You have a very specified knowledge or specific knowledge of nature and stuff. The shit that's going on out here is an aberration, a corruption of nature. You definitely aren't as familiar with it.
Something that may have been a history book I may have read.
Now possibly, Machine would or 1337 would know a little bit about this, just because he does have a more general knowledge of the world. Same with Predaton. You guys both would have a chance of it, maybe. So let me get a knowledge nature check from you guys.
Nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Click. I rolled a 16. You know what? I'm gonna use my my awesome ability of. All right, I forgot what it's called.
Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius, correct. To make that a 21.
Okay, so he starts to talk about giant mushrooms. They are the fungi and stuff like that are the most prominent types of growth that go on out here nowadays. That's really the only kind of organism that does seem to manage to survive in even in very harsh environments. Like some, but they're very specific. They can't, they don't just. There's not like miles and miles of these forests out there, but there are small pockets. This is something that's known. The bioluminescence is really odd among them, because the ones that do that usually have that's really peculiar. It's really difficult to do that. So you send your Roomba over, and it kind of walks over, and it
We
like
don't necessarily have that
looks at-
right now.
What's that?
It only lasts an hour.
Well, I want it to last, so it's lasting.
Okay, whatever. I'm
So-
not upset.
So your Roomba kind of goes over to that weird kind of pool where the astral horse was left, and starts to kind of like scoop some of that up, and it folds it up into puts it into a jar, then pulls it inside of it, and starts to kind of analyze it. It identifies some of the spores that were on the horse that it had brought back after walking through the mushroom field. What had spooked the horse was there are things that are kind of running around. There's heard of these types of fungus before. Um, they they feed off of decaying and rotting material. They most since most that's going on out in the world right now is a barren wasteland and rock. Um, they use in order for something like that to grow, it requires organic material, in which it lures things into its area. Now, it has the thing about it is it's seemed to form a symbiotic relationship with things that are out in the world. Now you've heard that whatever it is goes around and it kind of kills freely and moves among the fungi without ever suffering from its spores, and whatever is left behind, the things eat up and continue to grow.
Oh, so what it's a symbiotic relationship. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming that there's something that else that goes with it. Is there like a monster, like not a monster, but like a animal or some sort?
You know that it itself cannot harm things of certain sizes. It usually lends itself to smaller prey. But it's they've been known to form these relationship with other creatures that can move throughout it, and it eats their remains. It eats the stuff that they leave behind.
No. Okay, so it doesn't really attack living things, it's dead things.
So in other words, there's something big in here feeding it dead things.
And with that, let's go on ahead and just take a break for a second. Need to go use the bathroom, and we'll come right back and, and, and carry on with this.
Sounds like you're about to start like a combat encounter. Woo.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around with us. So we are, they are recovering from a massive explosion at the bottom of the canyon.
Who's we?
Well, actually, only yeah, right. Only just Acrix is recovering from an explosion at the bottom of the canyon. And they are trying to formulate a plan on what they want to do. So, guys, where are we at on this? Like, what is your characters feeling and thinking in this moment?
Go up the canyon wall, right?
That seems like a good idea, but I don't trust this one.
Mushrooms and they eat dead things. We do have access to quite a lot of dead things.
That's something we were looking for?
That's twisted. Man.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with feeding dead things to things that eat dead things. That doesn't sound like something I would do.
Hey, like, isn't that, we can distract it?
Circle of life.
Like, even if we climb up, we still have to climb back down because the bridge is gone.
What do you mean? We just climb on the right side.
Canyon, so you could climb to the opposite side.
I thought the bridge was like further up. Okay.
It is, but it's the bridge is jumping over the canyon.
Okay.
So if you are already at the bottom of the canyon, you can go up on.
Okay.
Luke, do you know which direction that is? It's that way, right? Okay, fine.
Is that way?
Yeah. The Sea of Nox is that way, right? Or is it that way? I'm pretty sure it's that way.
I don't know. Roll me a d20.
It was over the bridge, wasn't it?
15.
He is pretty positive it's in the direction that the bridge was going. Like, he's pointing off that way. And he's right. 100% he is right. It's in that direction.
Yeah. Come on. I remember those rock formations.
I mean, I can climb the canyon.
I'm gonna start attempting to climb the canyon wall, I guess.
Oh my god. These are psychotic.
I'll give you guys a 10-minute head start.
Yeah. You're gonna try to race them. You're gonna give them a head start and see if you can beat them up there.
I think we should be there in case they fall.
That's true. I guess. I'll see.
I mean, so you're saying you're actually gonna do the whole like climbing and like roped to each other thing?
I'm not tying myself to
Well, I'm gonna
anybody.
fly by. I'll just try to scout the area ahead of them to pick the best route.
Okay, all right. So you're the guy who's flying beside them and like got a megaphone on, being like, climb. It's
No,
right beside them.
But like I could fly ahead and attach ropes to aid in their climb.
Okay. I forgot the word for that is.
Aid climb.
Is that really what it's called? Mrs. Climber?
Ooh. Oh, excuse me.
Is he talking about roping the proper route? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't use a rope, you would mark the route. It's called route setting.
Well, not when you're flying. It's called rope setting.
Okay, we're roping our way up this bitch.
I just need to know what dice to roll.
Yeah, let's do that.
What dice to roll? All right. Let's see.
Just athletics. And am I at advantage
climbing,
because
so it's obviously going to be athletics.
Okay. Do I have advantage on this with them help with
Well, you do have a nicely aligned path that you're heading up with. So yes, I would need an athletics roll from all of the people who suck at climbing.
18.
Okay. All right. I just got one. I need one also from Ethan. Where you at, bro?
You need me from athletics?
Yeah, I've been waiting on you.
Says typing and stuff. Oh god, this is not good.
You get advantage.
I do.
You have advantage because you have an excellent path and rope being laid out for you.
Oh sweet, there we go.
All right. Yeah. Why head down the path towards the destination of man-eating mushrooms when you could just climb up?
Also climb up the wall now that I see their
It's
face.
it's so easy. You guys are making your way up and crushing it. Jason with a time is heading out ahead of you guys and marking a great path, while Kelsey is literally just walking up with a hammer and pitten.
Oh, I am not using tools to climb up this
You
canyon.
don't need to. You don't need to. You're literally hanging upside down right now with nothing but your feet while you're doing this and helping them climb up. They need that stuff being laid in front of them, and so you're pulling the rope up and mapping a great path out for them, and they're just and they're able to do it. They're kind of glamp climbing right now. They really don't see like any. They don't understand what's the point, what's the big fuss of all this, because y'all are doing such a great job, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh god damn it.
You're about to roll a lower initiative than you guys.
22.
Oh, Elite got a crit fail.
Oh.
Or no. 1337 got a 24.
Oh, this is not going well. Are you sure we have to have an encounter today?
We can definitely start one. I don't think we're actually gonna do through the whole thing. Plus, I need to go a bit early. I have to impress people tomorrow.
No, don't
Did
worry.
it work?
I get to roll out of bed at 7:55 to be to work at 8.
I wish I could roll bit at 7:55.
All right.
The good old days.
With a ear piercing screech, you guys turn, and Craftsman. Actually, no. No one hears what is coming. Craftsman, you're making your way up a ledge and kind of climbing on top, and you're looking behind you as Acrix is coming up, and you're kind of feeding the rope back to him. And a shadow passes over your the ground where you're standing at. You look up and it seems that no one else has noticed something is flying high above you. You point your gun to the sky, along with your you let the rope go underneath of you, and you let shots off. And
Where's the turn tracker, Johnny?
what's that?
The turn tracker?
Well, I assumed at this point now we're gonna go on ahead and call it, and we will come back next time at the beginning of this encounter.
Dang.
What's that?
What are we fighting?
Oh, y'all don't know. Only 1337 knows.
I have 120 feet of dark vision. If it's right above us, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
All
all right. Well, we will clue. Okay, you know what? Let's go on ahead and.
Because some people are blind here. Like I'm here, like with a flashlight in my mouth, climbing this rope.
The lighted stars.
Hold on. Well, let's sort this out here. I need to roll You do it.
Do it.
Oh, it's a rock. Oh shit.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Hey, there's a rock.
All right. And
Yeah.
as the winged beast flies over top of y'all, we will catch you guys next time. Tune back in to Masterwork Adventures to see where the group is going to land on that situation. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch y'all later.